3 centuries. That's how long one dynasty controlled the vast Indian subcontinent. They built monuments that defined a culture and commanded armies that reshaped the map, only to face a total collapse and eventual erasure. This story begins in 1526, when northern India was a patchwork of warring states. Into this vacuum stepped Babur, a commander who relied on strategic precision to gain a foothold. Babur secured his position at the First Battle of Panipat. By deploying advanced artillery against Ibrahim Lodi's traditional forces, he seized the throne of Delhi. However, this new rule was incredibly fragile. His son Humayun was defeated by Sher Shah Suri and forced into a 15-year exile. It was only through Persian military aid that he was able to return and reclaim the capital. These early decades demonstrated that while a throne can be won on the battlefield, the state itself remains vulnerable to the next invasion without deeper institutional roots. Stability arrived with Humayun's son, Akbar. He shifted the empire's focus from mere survival to the creation of a permanent administrative machine. At the center was the Mansabdari system. Every official was assigned a rank dictating their pay and cavalry quota. By paying them from the central treasury, Akbar ensured massive regional armies answered directly to the emperor, not local warlords. Akbar reinforced the structure with a policy of active religious tolerance. By removing discriminatory taxes and integrating Hindu leaders into his inner circle, he sought to unite a diverse population under a single banner. This combination of rigid administrative control and flexible social policy transformed a military occupation into a self-sustaining state. With the machine of rule finalized and the borders secure, the empire's energy moved from the battlefield to the studio. Under Akbar's successor, Jahangir, the Mughals focused on projecting their power through culture. Jahangir personally championed a new style of Mughal painting. As seen in this portrait, the art achieved a level of realism and detail that blended local traditions with Persian and European influences. These works were not just for private enjoyment. They were symbols of intellectual and economic dominance sent to foreign courts to signal the empire's sophistication. Jahangir's reign confirmed that the Mughals had accumulated enough surplus wealth to move past a purely military existence and become a global cultural epicenter. This accumulation reached its peak under Shah Jahan. During his reign, the empire entered a golden age, where state resources reached levels never before seen in the region. Shah Jahan moved away from small-scale paintings toward massive architectural projects. Within the Red Fort, these endless rows of scalloped arches were designed to overwhelm visitors with the sheer scale of imperial wealth. His most enduring project was the Taj Mahal. While a monument to his late wife, it was a permanent statement of dynastic stability and perfection. While the empire seemed invincible in stone, the staggering cost of these projects began to quietly drain the financial reserves needed for its long-term survival. Aurangzeb, the final powerful emperor, inherited this massive treasury. He chose to spend it on a single goal, pushing the empire's borders to their absolute geographical limit. This map shows the result of his campaigns. The Mughal flag expanded to cover almost the entire subcontinent. But this expansion created a paradox. Maintaining armies thousands of miles from the capital rapidly drained the treasury built up over generations. Aurangzeb also abandoned the social unity Akbar had championed. He enacted rigid, intolerant policies that alienated his subjects and sparked massive internal rebellions, particularly among the Maratha forces in the south. By focusing entirely on external growth, Aurangzeb broke the internal cohesion that had allowed the empire to function as a unified state. Following Aurangzeb's death, the empire fragmented almost immediately. The central government was broke, and regional governors began declaring independence, leaving the core to wither. This internal decay invited foreign attacks. The Persian leader Nader Shah invaded and looted the capital, dealing a blow to the dynasty's wealth. British military and economic influence grew steadily over the next century, eventually dismantling the last remnants of Mughal authority during the Indian Rebellion of 1857. The British officially ended the 300-year dynasty by exiling the final emperor, Bahadur Shah Zafar, and assuming direct control over the territory. The collapse of the empire suggests that territorial expansion serves as a poor replacement for the administrative and social cohesion required to hold a continent together.